All right, I'm in the process of, well, I've just removed the lower unit on this 50 horse Mercury. I've got to do a water pump and impeller replacement and possibly some new seals in the lower unit. But I do want to get the model number so I can order parts. And it looks like it's just, I think I've already got this on record, but 6589306 looks like the number we need. So I'll get parts ordered. I'm going to take this back to my shop, at least the lower unit portion, and start working on it so he can have his duck boat operational for duck season. So stay tuned. It wasn't too hard to get off, just had to remove a couple bolts on each side. There's a hidden bolt under here where the trim tab is. There's a bolt in here, comes out through here, so that had to be removed, and it falls right out. So wasn't that big a deal. So stay tuned for the water pump and impeller replacement, and we'll do a leak down test on the seals of the lower unit, and maybe pressurize it too, and even do a vacuum test. So stay tuned, and we'll complete this project and get her back to her. Okay, here's the lower unit. I just took it off. You know, there might be more things wrong with it, but you can see that the prop has been pretty bent up. Hopefully, you know, there wasn't any damage internally. I don't think so. I did shift it into forward and neutral, and it did shift and it did turn. So there's no, I don't hear any noises or any bad things happening inside. So anyway, we'll get it back to the shop, and we'll check out the seals and go from there. Yeah, this wheel's looking pretty good, actually. The pressure test will tell more, but let's open up this vent and let this stuff pour out. So I didn't see any water at all come out of it. The O-ring looks new. Probably put that on last time. I changed the oil in this thing. So it's only been one season. That definitely is not milky looking, though. Oh, we'll use the mini vac and we'll check it for pressure and vacuum and go from here. And he definitely wants a water pump on. So, but if our pressures aren't holding, we'll have to figure out which seal is failing, if any, and we'll go from there. Well, it's done draining, but that's all the oil I got out of it, and it's not very much. So I'm not sure where all the oil went, but I got a little bit on the table here, but not much. Anyway, moving on. It's got 3 nuts and 3 washers. I ended up going up to about 12 pounds, almost 15 pounds. I tried to take it to 15, but it did stop. And then it started to drop. It was holding 10, but it wouldn't go to 15. And there's my problem. It's in the shift shaft. It's the shift shaft seal that's leaking. I checked the prop shaft and the drive shaft, and I got no bubbles there, but I definitely got bubbles coming out of this. And as I try to approach 13 pounds and I'm pumping it, I'm seeing that. So there's the problem. So if he was getting milky oil, that's definitely his problem. It kind of fooled me there for a second because I thought 10 pounds would show the problem, but it didn't. I took it up to almost 15, and it wouldn't hold it, and it kept dropping down to 10 or 12, and it would hold it at around 10, 12, and it was okay. But this is definitely my problem. So I'm going to have to get a shift shaft seal on order, pull that out, and we'll see what happens. He might want to just get the whole bushing. That might make it easier. I'm trying to just replace the the seal itself, but this will have to come out, and we'll get the bushing out. So stay tuned. Okay, just so you can see, I put a little dab of actually some caulking on there, so I can tell you, or it'll tell me where. If you can see inside there, there's the recess part of the notch. That I marked there, right there, and it coincides with the recess on the shaft. So I'm gonna just kind of leave it at that, kind of just like that, to show the orientation so I don't mess that up when I put it back together, because that's got to be in the right place for that reverse lock to work. So okay, so that's that. Now I got to work on getting that bushing down there out. This here, a special tool for that, but we're going to use a screwdriver and a mallet and try to knock that out of there without disturbing my my caulking job here. Okay, so I'm going to get that out and we'll move on. Okay, with the proper hammer, I was able to break that free, so now it spins out there freely, counterclockwise. So just got to get this out, and once I get that out, we can take a look at that too. Okay, just use 2 screwdrivers, one on each side. I was able to pry that up and out. My mark is still there on the shaft. There's the seal in there, and yeah, that's probably had it. There's also another seal around here, an O-ring of some sort around the base. I think you can just buy this whole seal, this whole bushing. I'll check it out from Marine Engine instead of buying the seals, because then you got to press them in there, and you know, you can scar them or damage them doing that. So I'll price out the whole part, and I'll give him the option to do that, because I really don't want to try to put new seals in this thing and then have it fail on me again. So, but yeah, you can see the seal in there. It's just, that whole thing right there is the seal. Okay. All right. And we'll call it a day. Okay, we're back on the 50 horse lower unit for the Mercury. We needed a couple parts here. We ended up getting the bushing with the seal inside. So you got a seal, you got a little washer there, and then the seal inside there. So and then of course the O-ring is a different color, but it's that orange looking one. So that should be our part that we need, and it's Quicksilver 23-7763-1A2. It says bushing assembly. So that's the easiest way to go. Probably not the least expensive way, but definitely will work. We've also got our water pump impeller, 47-89983T. It's for also Quicksilver. So we're going to put the impeller in. And I've got a couple of, these are the drain seals, the drain vent seals, drain screw gaskets. So anyway, 18-2945-9 are the part numbers for that. So once we get the bushing in with the shift shaft, we'll recheck pressure and vacuum to make sure that we're the other seals are still okay. Sometimes what happens is you change the seal that's bad, and then you put it up to 15 pounds, and then you get another seal that goes bad. Hopefully that's not the case here. So we're going to drop this on. And we'll thread that in. We're just turning this clockwise, and I'm sure there's a torque spec for it. Alrighty, let's see. I just looking with my hand. Okay, now I'll give it a few reps here. That seems pretty tight. Okay, I think that's good enough. Now that we've got the seal on, I'll do another pressure test and see what happens. There we go. Okay, there's one. There's 10. All right, there's about 15.5 pounds right there showing. And she's holding. Still holding. Just spraying soap on all 3 seals. Drive shaft, shift shaft, and prop shaft. Cycling the shafts. And still holding about 15.5 pounds. So I think our problem's fixed. I'll let that sit maybe 5-10 minutes, see what happens. But I think we're good. Of course, we'll change out the seals on the screws, the vent screw and the drain screw, just to make sure that everything's good. But I think we're looking pretty good here. I do want to do a vacuum check too, just to make sure. But we'll come back in, I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes and see what happens. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. I just want to make sure, we haven't lost anything. It's still 15.5 pounds, almost 16, but it hasn't moved at all. So I'm good with that. I'm going to put this little seal over the top of the bushing. And that sits on top like that. All right. And like I said, I had that marked. I had that little, that gear marked on this tooth, corresponding to the recessed tooth on this side. So if I drop that on there, I want to make sure Let those mate. There's this one here. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Just so I get that right when I put that, reassemble that, it's okay. That's ready to go in, and we're good. I'm going to let the pressure go, and we'll turn this around. We'll do a vacuum check. Since we did 15 pounds of pressure, we'll do 15 pounds of mercury. And there it is. And we'll exercise the shaft again. And we're not seeing any loss. Okay. Next step is we're going to do the water pump impeller. We didn't have to mess with the gaskets or the base plate. That seems like it's all in pretty decent shape. So we're just going to put back the pump housing, and we're going to put in a new impeller, which I did purchase here. Spray this. I'm going to spray this down with a little bit of soapy water, and on there like so. Like so. So it's going to spin clockwise. So we're going to go like this and spin it counterclockwise because it's upside down. If we can get her in there. Like so. Okay. Now we got to do is match up the Woodruff key.
Hi, Papa.
Hello. See if I can line that up. It's about right there. The Woodruff key is about 3 o'clock or so. I wonder if I can put a little grease on this just to make it stay. Got a little dielectric grease handy. That should do it. Let's see. Let's do it the easy way. Put it on there. It should stay. There we go. There it goes. There it goes. Okay. So we got that lined up. Just need our 3 screws and our 3 washers. Now there was one fellow out there on my channel that asked me to do a video and show, or at least showing in a video that, you know, how this cam, this reverse lock cam is oriented in neutral. And that's where it is right now. So I'm going to turn the cameras so you can see it. And hopefully this will satisfy him. Okay, that should be good. So it's kind of hard to see because it's plastic and it's all black. But for the sake of doing it, let me see if I can rotate this a little bit better so you can see it looking at it straight ahead. Now, the cam rides up on here, the reverse. Let's see if we can see that a little better. So it's kind of dirty, but so there it is. There's the mark right there, or the indentation where the cam starts to go down. If I can hold it steady. And you can see it's almost 12 o'clock, looking at it that way. I mean, or 6 o'clock, however you want to look at it. But, yeah, that's the orientation while this is in neutral. So that's what he asked for. So that's what I wanted to show. Okay. Well, that's it. I mean, let me take a look at my pressure. If you can see it, it's still holding. I might have bumped it a little bit, but it might even dropped a little bit. It was at 15. Now it's at about 14, but I still say that's good. I can't turn the drive shaft now because there's a pump in there. It makes it hard to turn. But anyway, I think we're all set here. Seals are done. Everything's good. We're in good shape. So, okay, before I sign off, I did want to show that we did actually get a brand new prop for this unit. Okay, there we go. That's correct. All right, so we're going to put the nut back on, and then put our little lock washer deal on there. So I just wanted to show us we've got our new prop. So that's the box that came in, Solas. So anyway. It had a part number 1311-111-14. This is a MC 3 times 11.1 times 14 RB. So the pitch is 14, the diameter is 11.1 inches. It's right rotation with 3 blades. So that is replacing the prop that it came with. Which is this one, which as you can see is heavily damaged. I mean, the fins are all bent. So anyway, yeah, this is in pretty bad shape. This could probably be reconditioned, but you know, he can have it back as a spare prop if he gets into trouble. But next one. There we go. We'll just do it that way. Okay. All right. It's not clicking. I don't even know if you're in the picture on this or not. On this thing. On there. I just got to bend these tabs back so they don't lock. So they lock. Good. She's in place. good to go. All right, so this is how it'll go installed. It'll go installed in neutral. I just got to add more oil to the lower unit, and we're all good to go. And I'm happy with the way the seal turned out. So I think that's it for now, folks. I think I've showed you everything I can show you, so hopefully you get something from the video.